This is part 2 of chapter 26, The 7 Factors of Awakening. The fourth factor of awakening is ease. Prashrada, diligence, is always accompanied by ease. In the so-called third world, one often feels more ease than in the overdeveloped countries of the first world. Here, everyone is under enormous pressure, and people need stress reduction programs. Their stress comes from constant thinking and worrying from their lifestyles. We have to learn ways to bring our energy from our head down to our abdomen. At least once every 15 minutes, we need to practice letting go. When we are sick, we stay in bed and do nothing. Often, we don't even eat or drink. All of our energy is directed toward healing. We need to practice resting even when we are not sick. Sitting meditation, walking meditation, and mindful eating are good opportunities for resting. When you feel agitated, if you are able to go to a park or a garden, it is an opportunity for rest. If you walk slowly and remember to take it easy, you are able to sit and do nothing from time to time. You can rest deeply and enter a state of true ease. The fifth factor of awakening is joy, priti. Joy goes with happiness, sukha. But there are differences. When you are thirsty and a glass of water is being served to you, that is joy. When you are actually able to drink the water, that is happiness. It is possible to develop joy in your mind, even when your body is not well. This will, in turn, help your body. Joy comes from touching things that are refreshing and beautiful within and outside ourselves. Usually we touch only what is wrong. If we can expand our vision and also see what is right, this wider picture always brings joy. The sixth factor of awakening is concentration, samadhi. Sam means together. Is bringing to a certain place, and D is the energy of the mind. If we collect the energy of our mind and direct it toward an object. With concentration, our mind is one-pointed and still, and quite naturally it stays focused on one subject. To have mindfulness, we need concentration. Once mindfulness is developed, concentration in turn becomes stronger. Concentration is not wholesome in itself. A thief needs concentration to break into a house. The object of our concentration is what makes it beneficial or not. If you use meditative concentration to run away from reality, that is not beneficial. Even before the time of the Buddha, many meditators practiced concentration to remove themselves from the world. Practicing this kind of concentration, the Buddha was not able to liberate himself from suffering, so he learned to use his concentration to shine light upon his suffering. And he was able to go deeply into life and develop understanding, compassion, and liberation. The seventh factor of awakening is equanimity, or letting go, upeksha. Equanimity is an aspect of true love. It is far from indifference. Practicing equanimity, we love everyone equally. In the Kakukupama Sutta, means example of the saw. The Buddha says, even if robbers cut your limbs off with a saw, if anger arises in you, you are not a follower of my teachings. To be a disciple of the Buddha, your heart must bear no hatred. You must utter no unkind words. You must remain compassionate with no hostility or ill will. As a young monk, I memorized these words and even put them to music. This teaching touches our most noble intention, but it is the opposite of our strong habit energies. To transform these habit energies and realize our noblest intention, the Buddha and the Venerable Shariputra taught us: 1. To practice equanimity in the face of harsh words. 2. To learn not to feel annoyance, bitterness, or dejection. And 3. Not to feel elated when praised, because we know that any praise is not for us as an individual, but for many beings, including our parents, teachers, friends, and all forms of life. In the greater discourse on the example of the elephant's footprint, Shariputra shows us the way to meditate on the 4 great elements in order to practice equanimity. When we meditate on the elements of earth, water, fire, and air inside and outside our bodies, we see that we and they are the same. When we transcend our idea of a separate self, our love will contain equanimity, knowing that we and others are truly the same. These 7 factors are limbs of the same tree. If mindfulness is developed and maintained, the investigation of phenomena will meet with success. Joy and ease are wonderful feelings nourished by diligence. Concentration gives rise to understanding. When understanding is there, we go beyond comparing, discriminating, and reacting, and realize letting go. Those who arrive at letting go have the bud of a half smile, which proves compassion as well as understanding. The 7 factors of awakening, if practiced diligently, lead to true understanding and emancipation. The Buddha said that the 4 immeasurable minds of love practiced with the 7 factors of awakening bring complete, perfect enlightenment. The 7 factors of awakening are, therefore, the practice of love. And that is the end of chapter 26.